Hi, this is Patrick Monroe with Vizion Magazine. I'm sitting here with actress Betsy Baker. She is a former MSU graduate, and for you who are into cult classic films, she played Linda in The Evil Dead. Am I correct?
You are absolutely correct.
She has come here for the week for the opening of MSU's Evil Dead the Musical, which runs through Sunday, am I correct?
Mm-hmm.
At 2 p.m. in the Warden Center Passat Theater. Betsy, how are you doing today?
I'm good. Thank you, Patrick.
Now, besides Evil Dead, what projects have you done?
I have done a movie of the week years ago with the late, great Carl Malden and Rue McClanahan, and the very gifted and talented John Malkovich, called Word of Honor, which still runs on television today, so it's very timely and still is. That was a fabulous experience for me. I've done numerous commercials and voiceovers and industrial films. I have also performed on stage in musical theaters such as The Music Man and Barbary Coast, which was on tour, as well as just most recently in Los Angeles, the premiere of Jefferson and Franklin, Love and Sex in the American Revolution. I also done a mockumentary film called Brutal Massacre, directed by Stephen Mina, and I have a psychological thriller coming out called 2084, or 2084. And we've all attained the West Nile virus, and we're all quarantined, or so we think.
And that is coming out in theaters when, or is that
sometime early next year.
Okay, early 2011. Now, you've done several popular a few popular TV shows. What have they been?
Yes, I was lucky enough to be cast in the last season of ER on NBC, and I was also cast on NBC's Southland, which then was dropped and canceled but picked up by the TNT channel.
Now, what has it been like coming back to East Lansing and teaching in places that you've learned in?
Well, that's a really great question, and to answer you, it's been, in one word, terrific. It's been a lot of fun. I've actually learned a lot from the students. There's an amazing amount of energy and positive energy that I'm getting from the students and getting from the campus. And, you know, honestly, it's just been great to be back here and experience life on campus and at Michigan State as an alum. It's been really a lot of fun.
How have you been received?
I don't know. I hope positively. I've been speaking at a lot of classes, and I've been participating in some of the alumni events, and I was lucky enough to be here during homecoming weekend, which was a special thrill in itself, and I've been working also with the East Lansing Film Festival, which is also taking place this week, so we've had a lot of activity.
Are you going to be attending that as well, or are you going to have to get
Yes, well, we had a screening of The Evil Dead at the East Lansing Film Festival last night. And we had the master class that we just had this evening, acting in front of the camera. And along with the East Lansing Film Festival, it's kind of a treat because my nephew, who is actually a student here at Michigan State University, has written and directed and produced and also edited a great documentary, and he is also in the film festival. So it's kind of a treat because I would imagine there are not many film festivals worldwide that have two different relatives in the same festival under completely different genres. So that's kind of been exciting too.
Now, going back to Evil Dead, what was that like filming, and where was that filmed?
We filmed it in Tennessee. A majority of it was filmed in Tennessee. We did some pickup parts in different parts of the state in Michigan, sometimes in people's garages or backyards or cabins in Marshall. But the majority of it was done right in a small town called Morristown, Tennessee. And there were only 5 characters in the movie, and there were only 5 or 6 crew members, so it was a very small cast and crew. We lived together in one house. We had absolutely hardly any budget, and we shot mostly at night because that was much less expensive. Most scenes were done and shown at night, so it was much less expensive to film at night as opposed to covering up the cabin and making it look dark. It was at times not pleasant. The cabin that we shot at had no electricity, no heat, no water, no bathrooms, no hot coffee, no hot chocolate, and we were cold. We were cold and miserable for about 2 months. They chose Tennessee because it had warm winters. That's why they chose not to make the movie in Michigan. However, that particular year, Tennessee had one of the coldest winters on record.
Oh. And now, what was it like having, for those of you who have seen it, which I actually, to be perfect honest, last night was the first time I had seen it. Well, what was I know you had said this last night, what was your reasoning of you tricking the director into changing the makeup?
Oh, well, the background of that story is that Sam Raimi, who actually was also an MSU student, made the movie, wrote the movie, and directed and produced the movie. And Sam is very amenable to discussion with actors, et cetera, et cetera. Although he has the final say, he's very amenable to whatever we wanted to talk about or request. And I really just had a personal dislike, and I didn't care for the big, bulky, smelly, plastic, latex mask that our props director and makeup effects special person, the great Tom Sullivan, had made. And I had told Tom, I said, oh, Tom, I just can't do this. It's really just... But I also had an idea that Linda was a different sort of character, and what we were trying to do, she is portrayed as a nice, sweet, kind, young girlfriend of the character played by Bruce Campbell. And Ash and Linda are boyfriend and girlfriend. So I thought that it would be an excellent discussion point with Sam if we made her demon character, even if possible, even more scary, more baby doll, more sickening sweet than what Linda already was, which was just a really nice, sweet young college girl. And so we pondered on that for a night or two, and that's where we went with it.
When you were filming, did you ever think that this small budget film would turn into such a following?
Not in a million years. Actually, I would imagine probably almost everyone on the cast and crew, except for Bruce and Sam and Rob, thought that this may never, become a film in the can. I really do believe that, because there were times when we had no money, when we were exhausted, we had no food, we had no electricity, and we still trudged forward. But there were times when I think a number of us felt this would never actually come into fruition.
My last question with Evil Dead is the scene near the end of the movie. You have a chainsaw above your neck. Now,
yes.
You had mentioned about that last night. Can you explain for people watching on YouTube or anywhere else on Vizion Magazine what that was like and what was said to you?
Yes, actually, Sam, as amenable as he is also very charismatic, and he came over to me, and both Rob and Bruce and Sam all came over to me and said, well, we really have to get this shot. It's really vital to the scene, but we don't have a prop chainsaw, and we don't have the sound effects, so we have to use a real chainsaw. But we promise if you do it correctly, Betsy, we'll only do it once. But in retrospect, I probably should have said, absolutely not. I prefer not to have a live, moving, dangerous chainsaw 4 inches from my neck. But
what was going through your mind at the time?
How stupid am I? How stupid am I? And let's finish the scene and don't ask me to be under a chainsaw again.
Well, I think that's about it. About all the time we have for. Thank you very much, Betsy.
Thank you, Patrick.
And we'll see you in the next movie, which is
2084.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much. This has been Patrick Monroe with Vizion Magazine.